So, my mom's friend Shirley texted me the other day and asked me if I could build her a flower table to go outside at her condo. She said she's always wanted one, and she sent me this picture and asked me if I could build her a table just like this one. I said, sure. What size do you want? So she sent me this picture 4 feet long, 3 feet tall, 1.8 feet wide. Huh. And she wants a lip on the back to keep from falling off. Keep something from falling off. Looks pretty easy. Let's do it. So, like a typical man, I went to Home Depot without a plan to make this table, just a picture. And I went back to the 70% off discount bin, and lo and behold, they had every single piece of wood that I needed there to make this table for 70% off. Let's see, I got 5.5 1x6s, 8 foot, one 1x8, 8 foot, and then there's an 8 foot 2x6. And I already got that cut in half. That should be all the wood that we need to make this table for $23. How about it? Cool. Okay, the only difficult cut on this entire build are the tapered legs. I've got two 2x6s here on the left. We're going to make 2 legs out of each one by cutting it from this corner up to this corner. You can't cut a taper on a board simply by pushing it through the table saw. You have to attach it to another board. So I'm going to nail these 2x6s to this scrap piece of 1x6 and push it on through and then trim the ends. So this should kind of give you an idea of what I mean. I'm going to run it through here like this. I've got the 2x6 placed so it's hanging over a little bit to account for the kerf of the blade. Looks like a winner. And on the opposite end down here, I've tried to line the boards up so this line from this board to this board is continuous vertically. So I'm going to put the nail up here about 8 inches on the edge, and that'll get cut off. Should be good to go. Let's cut this sucker. So, came out pretty dang good. Got them lined up at this end, and all the way down here, they're dead even. Not quite as precise this time. Uh-oh. $35.25. Leave 3/4 of an inch for the tabletop. Okay, I'm about to glue and nail one of the legs onto the board here. Got the board clamped to my table saw fence to hold it steady, and I got 3/4 inch spacers in there because this board overhangs 3/4 of an inch. Got the spots marked where I'm going to put the glue, then going to put a few nails in it, clamp it real good, let it dry, and then put some screws in it later. Then I'll do the same thing on the other side. Did I mention this is going to be an outdoor project? So I'm using Type Bond 3, which is waterproof for exterior and interior. I'm not going to go crazy with the glue here. I don't want any squeeze out on this thing. I don't want to be cleaning up a big mess. In fact, I'm just going to put glue on one surface because we're putting screws in this thing. It's not like we're going to be sitting on it. Now here's the key to this whole setup. I'm going to take my carpenter square, put it against the fence, and make sure this board is good and square with the leg, and even with the top of the leg. Sweet. Other side. I know it's really close. I'm going to put one nail in it. Now I'm going to measure the distance from the top of one leg to the other. That's exactly 40.5. Then I'm going to measure at the bottom and see if we got that 40.5 too. Oh yeah. All right, got that all clamped up. Going to give it an hour or so to dry. Then I'm going to put some screws in it. Now we're going to go outside and burn some stuff. Neato speedo. That's it. Wife's not going to like that. Spar urethane exterior oil-based gloss. After I burnt these boards, all I did was sand the edges and wipe them down with paper towels. This thing's supposed to look like used and worn, so I'm just going to slop it on. I'm going to put it on the bottom first and then just put the bottom down and not even worry. Wow, it's like it's soaking it up. Weird. Really weird. I want people to remember that this was made in Sweden. Tell people this came from IKEA. Here's my clamp holder for my super cheap Harbor Freight clamps. All it is a couple 2x4s with the 2x4 wedge cut at the right angle in it to hold the clamps off the wall at the bottom. You just throw the clamps right in it. That hole was already there, I swear. All right, it's been an hour. Gonna put some screws in this thing where I've nailed it and glued it earlier. Let's talk about pre-drilling wood to put screws in it, since this is a really simple build. I'm going to attach this skinny piece of wood to this thicker piece of wood with some 2-inch screws. This is 1.5 inches. This is 3/4 of an inch for a total length of 2 1/4 inches. So the 2-inch screw won't be perfect. See that? In the outside piece of wood, you want to drill a bigger hole with a bigger drill bit, the same size or bigger as the threads on your screw. The smaller drill bit goes into this one, and that should be about the size of the shaft of the screw here. See the drill bit behind the drill? See how it's about the same size as the shaft? You can see the threads on both sides. Whereas the bigger drill bit is the same size as the threads. That one, that one, that one, and that one. So you start off with the skinny bit first. That depth looks good. Get your bigger bit. We only want to go through the top board, so we're just going to eyeball it, try to get about 3/4 of an inch to about right there. That's that. If you wanted to, you could measure this and put a piece of tape on it if you're worried about getting exactly 3/4 of an inch. Now, I'm going to countersink it so the heads of the screws go in flush or below. That one's gonna be below. That's some soft wood. Okay. Then I've gotta be real tight. This DeWalt drill, I got it set on 2. And as soon as it starts the hammer function, pretty much stop.
Stop! Hammer time!
Done. How fast can I do this? Let's see. Oh, lost a second there. Time! So I've got the legs clamped together to see how symmetrical this thing came out. Nice and even there. And if you come over here, this one on the left sticks out just a little bit. Can you see it? So pretty daggone good. Daggone. All right, got the thing upside down, clamped up on the table saw, nice flat surface, getting ready to screw the sideboards on here. Notice this screw placement here. So the screw is gonna go through and not hit this screw. All right, Rooney. Check it out, the top came out perfect. Everything is dead flush all the way around. And it sits totally flat on the table saw, doesn't rock at all. Kind of sad. So we're going for a whitewash look on this table. I'm going to try to achieve that using white paint and painting it crappily and wiping it with this dirty rag. Yeah, with the grain. That's pretty decent. Tomorrow I'm going to put these onto this. And then I'm going to coat it with that spar urethane a couple more times and it'll be done. Yeah, so it's the next day. I'm going to screw on the bottom shelf here. I've already got the top attached. Sorry you didn't get to see it. Tough shit. I want to get 2 coats of the spar urethane on it, and apparently that stuff takes 12 hours or longer to dry. I guess I better put these screws in at an angle because the leg's at an angle. If I put it in straight, it's going to come out the front of this thing. Looks good for my house. Thrilling, enthralling, amazing, glorious, stupendous, excellent. All right, I've got it upside down, couple last details. I'm going to put a board right in the center of those boards there to hold them flat, and I'll do the same for the top. I just happen to have these 1 1/4 inch trim head screws. Fit right in there nice. Still made in Sweden. Yo, got that thing all coated with urethane. Looks freaking sweet. Well, there you go, Shirley. Finished table. Hope you like it. Pretty shiny. Look how much the spar urethane yellowed the white paint, which I think makes it look way cooler. It'll lighten up as it dries more though. That urethane's still pretty tacky. I'd let it dry at least a week before I put it outside, and urethane, much like paint, takes an entire month to dry completely. Let me know if you want me to sand that finish down. I can sand it a little bit and take that gloss right off of there. It Came out pretty nice, Shirley. Thanks for thinking of me.